Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So today we are going to start a series of questions which can be helpful for ESG and sustainability students to prepare themselves for their interviews. Okay, so let us start from the question number 1. What is the meaning of environmental social governance or ESG? So ESG is a corporate system which sets a structured approach for how to measure the sustainability of a company or investment in three specific categories, which are environmental, social, and governance. So environmental social governance criteria are a set of standards for a company's operations that socially conscious investors use to screen the potential investments. So, what are the examples of those ESG criteria or ESG factors? For environmental category, we can take examples of climate change strategy, biodiversity, water efficiency, energy efficiency, carbon intensity, environmental management system. In social category, we have equal opportunities, freedom of association, health and safety, human rights, customer product responsibility, child labor, human rights and child labor. And in the governance side, we have business ethics, compliance, board independence, executive compensations. Okay, so these are some examples related to the ESG criteria. We can say them. These are the three elements for ESG investing, environmental, social, corporate governance, which are comprises a number of criteria which I already shared with you the examples. These criteria may be considered either by socially responsible investors or by companies aiming to adopt a more ESG friendly operational stances. Now, ESG means using environmental social governance factors to evaluate the company's performances and country's performance as well on how far advanced they are with the sustainability. So we can see some examples, more examples related to the environmental factors to be considered for ESG evaluations. For an example, biodiversity and habitat, climate change, land contamination, energy consumption, greenhouse gas emissions, indoor air quality or environmental quality, location and transportation, materials, pollution, renewable energy, sustainable procurement, sustainable supply chain. So these are certain environmental factors with respect to ESG evaluations. Next is about what are the social factors to be considered for ESG evaluations, which include the social factors can be the community development, workplace health and safety, human rights, inclusion and diversity, labor standards and working conditions, social enterprise partnering, and stakeholder relationships. And we can think about the welfare facilities for the workforces as well. So these are the examples of the social factors. Next question is about what are the governance factors to be considered for ESG evaluations. For an example, these governance factors are anti-bribery, anti-money laundering, cyber security, data protection and privacy, legal and regulatory fines, ESG clauses in the tenders and bids. And then we can say these governance factors refers to a set of rules or principles defining right, responsibility and expectations between different stakeholders in the governance of corporations. Next is about what is the meaning of ESG fund. So ESG funds are the portfolios of equities or the bonds for which ESG factors have been integrated into the investment process. So we can think of the definition of ESG investing. What is the meaning of ESG investing? So ESG investing is a form of socially responsible investment which prioritizes the financial returns alongside a company's impact on the environment and its stakeholders and the planet as well. So similar definition, like what is the meaning of responsible investment? So responsible investment is an approach to investment that explicitly acknowledge the relevance to the investors of ESG factors and of the long-term health and stability of the market as a whole. So why is socially responsible investment so important for us? Socially responsible investment provides a mechanism for investors to align their personal values with investment objectives. So ESG factors can be a key way to assess the sustainability and social impact of an investment in a company or the business. Now, what is the meaning of impact investment? Impact investments are investments which are made with the intention to generate positive, measurable social and environmental impact alongside a financial return. Impact investments are investments made with the intention to generate positive, measurable social and positive environmental impact alongside a financial return. For an example, when the company is investing into renewable energies, sustainable agriculture, regenerative agriculture, education, microfinance, health and wellness, sustainable consumer products as well. So these are examples of impact investments. Now, what is the meaning of ESG risk rating actually? So ESG risk ratings measure the degree to which a company's economic value is at risk driven by ESG factors, or more technically speaking, the magnitude of a company's unmanaged ESG risks. A company's ESG risk rating is comprised of a quantitative score and a risk category as well. What is the meaning of ESG score? So an organization's ESG score is a numerical measure of how it perceived to be performing on a wide range of ESG topics, materiality topics. So these can either be material to the company or important to its stakeholders for non-financial but equally compelling reasons. So what is the ESG matrix? ESG metrics aid in predicting a company's future financial performance and give corporations and asset managers a way to communicate with the stakeholders, demonstrate the commitment to the fundamental principles, and assess the environmental and ethical impact. Now, who conducts ESG scoring for the companies? There are a number of providers offering a wide array of data, from specialized ones that focus on certain ESG traits such as carbon score and gender diversity, to others that score companies based on several hundreds of ESG related matrices. So most international and domestic companies are typically evaluated by well-known data providers such as Bloomberg ESG Data Services, MSCI ESG Research, and Sustainalytics. Right? So these are some examples of ESG scoring companies. What is the role of ESG rating agency, by the way? So ESG rating agencies are evaluating publicly disclosed qualitative and quantitative non-financial data and transpose this information into ESG scores, ratings, and insights. Those are used by investors to inform their investment decisions. So ESG scores are generated by rating platforms where analysts evaluate corporate disclosures, conduct management interviews, and review publicly available information about any organization to provide an objective rating of the organization's performance. Next is about the next definition. What is the meaning of sustainability? Sustainability means meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So sustainability improves the quality of our lives, protects our ecosystem, and preserves natural resources for the future generations. In the corporate world, sustainability is associated with an organization's holistic approach, taking into account everything from manufacturing to logistics to customer service. Now, what is the difference between ESG and sustainability? So ESG and sustainability have some similarities in that they address the environmental and social aspects. However, there are some differences. While the sustainability may mean different things to the different entities, ESG is about a specific set of criteria denoting environmental social governance and are being used as a gauging indicators or performance gauge indicators for sustainability. Now, what is the meaning of CSR? CSR is a management concept. Corporate social responsibility is a management concept whereby companies integrate social and environmental concerns in their business operations and interactions with the stakeholders, Now, what is the difference between ESG and CSR? So ESG and CSR are both concerned with a company's impact on societies and the environment. So the major difference between them is that CSR is a business model used by individual companies, but ESG is a criteria, as I said earlier, that investors use to assess and evaluate and gauge company and determine if they are worth investing in. Next definition is about what is the meaning of sustainable development. So sustainable development is the overarching paradigm of the United Nations, and the concept of sustainable development was described by the 1987 Brundtland Commission report as the development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Thank you very much for the now, and we will continue our discussion with the next questions. Thank you.